Humpcast.
But it's
like from fucking South Dakota, and
it's bajillion years ago.
Yeah, and it's like inactive, and it's only like 20 likes on the Facebook. So, but it always comes up first when you tag Humpcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right, now we're good to go. Sienna, what up, Sienna? So we posted so you could know when we're going on.
Exactly.
Doing things proper, like sometimes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This week on Humpcast, guess what? There's one thing that we want to talk about. Oh wait, no, there's two. You have Scarlett Johansson's trailer for her new Black Widow movie, and Evanescence's band stuff gets set on fire or something. Right? Yeah, cool. All right, nice. You're listening to Humpcast. Welcome to Humpcast, everybody, the show where a couple of buds get buzzed and get kicked out of a funeral for laughing. I don't have anything that rhymes with that. but something similar. This is
the laziest intro you've ever done.
It is, right? I'm sorry. Wait. Let me try again. Get in trouble? No, I don't know. Whatever. Get in trouble, make it double. My name's Garrett Lee. Hi.
I'm Randy.
And today we have a very special guest, Mr. Steve Rogers.
Hey. It's been a while.
Why don't you play the Avengers theme with his name?
It makes a lot more sense now that I think about it.
You guys clearly weren't ready.
We weren't ready. We weren't ready for this. We're new.
The past few weeks we've been doing it off the cuff, and I kind of like it better that way.
Can you turn me up just a tad?
Okay.
Steve Rogers.
Hey.
I don't remember which one's you.
Check. Mine's gonna be there. It is. Yep.
Yeah, last time I was on, we were at the Workaholics house. And
That was the last time?
That's right. Yeah.
And then I smoked weed before.
Yeah.
I never really smoked weed, and I was just stuck.
Yeah, that was
it was bad.
now a little too hot.
No.
Turn me down a little bit.
Oh my god. Smoke weed every day.
Check. Now you put me down too low. What the fuck? I said
This is why we do sound tests.
I know, but I was.
How's this?
Sorry.
Are you happy with that?
That's
The
a
difference
little
is
bit.
I can hear you fine.
Hold on.
That's better.
The difference is you put the beanie on.
Yeah, you put the fucking headphones over the
When
beanie.
you were doing the sound test,
No.
you didn't have the beanie on.
Yeah, I did.
No, you did.
Yeah, I did.
You're fine. Your levels are
I've had it on this whole time. That's why I asked you to turn my headphones
Your
up.
levels are not changing through the rest of the show.
Okay. No, the
What's up?
mics.
This is Ryan D. Freestyle here on IG. Rhyme so fat they make you sick. I'll steal your chick and then suck your bitch. What the fuck?
Okay, cool. We're good. We are good. I got it. I'm on it. We're good. Jess, we start off every episode with an alcoholic beverage of some sort. Today is no different. First off, you two, how you liking those? Did you had to try this before, right?
You gave me one last week, but
Okay.
it was the Stella Artois
that dark shit.
midnight lager.
What, Steve? Is this the first time you've had it?
Yeah, it's the first time I had it. It's okay. It tastes like a light stout.
Yeah. I think you said that it tasted like a Guinness.
I said it tastes like the Guinness Extra Stout,
Yeah.
like a lighter version of that.
But I kind of dig that because, in all honesty, I think I've had so many craft stouts that to me, in my head, they're just all very thick.
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling that anymore. But a light version of it, I'm pretty down with.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people tuned in right now. What's up, Renee? What's up,
Shout
Shanna?
out all y'all. What up, my dudes?
David. D.
I
Rotten.
keep forgetting to do this in the beginning. Fuck.
Famcast Media.
We're starting over.
No.
We're not starting. We're not starting
No.
over. No, we're not.
So
Sorry.
we had to go to. Unfortunately, we had to go to a funeral today.
Yeah, so that's why I look like Loki from Ragnarok, and you.
Yeah.
You look the same.
Well, I just took my shirt off.
No.
I got sweaty while I was taking a nap.
Which, if you tune into my Instagram feed or my Facebook,
God.
you can catch part of that nap.
Yeah, it was. I wish I could see what I did during my sleep.
And
Because
this is the funniest thing is the thing that I captured is not even the funniest things you do when you're asleep. Like you do them sporadically, and it's
Yeah.
not so like that was something, but usually you're like. Ah!
Yeah, your head.
And you're like, you sound like a goddamn
Your
demon.
head moves a lot when you sleep.
You're a fucking demon.
it's because I'm probably trying to get my.
Yeah, I know it's sleep apnea,
Yeah.
but it's
You just, every time you snore, you're just like.
Yeah, it's weird. So I those who don't know, I have pretty bad sleep apnea.
Like
So
really bad.
so I'm not really breathing when I'm sleeping. So I think my body's just gasping for air, and that's where you get the screams.
No,
And
for real. Like,
Yeah,
if I didn't know you, I would call the police, or not the police, the fucking ambulance.
ambulance.
Because like this guy is dying.
yeah,
He's literally dying in his own, like in his sleep.
yeah, it's scary.
It's real bad. But I was like, for those who know, it's like I have literally tried to avoid sleeping in the same room as you since high school because of it, and it's only gotten worse.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
we had to go to a funeral for our good friend Ricky.
He didn't. No, he didn't die.
Well, he didn't die, but
No,
his
but also
aunt.
rest in peace, Ricky. C.
Rest in peace, Ricky. C.
But no, his aunt, who, I mean, we've known him longer, but since we were children, and of course, in like his family as well, obviously. And so
Yeah, so his aunt Susanna Sue, she passed away.
she was always really fun.
She was a great lady.
Mm-hmm.
She was a nice lady.
She was a very nice,
funny lady.
Yeah.
She she was battling MLS. So
No, ALS.
ALS. Sorry.
The thing that we did the ice bucket challenge for.
Yeah, ALS. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, not the Major League Soccer.
Not the Major
no.
League Soccer. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
But
you know,
yeah, Garrett and I got in trouble at the reception for
yeah. So this is how it is in my family, and I believe in your family as well. It's like we don't really like to be very sad and mourn and all that stuff. We like to be uplifting. I don't think we were being rude at all.
I don't think so either.
in my opinion.
and it just made it funnier that like. Oh, Justine, his wife, was like, "Shut the fuck up, guys! Like, you're gonna get me in trouble." Because I was like, "Well, what?" I'm like, "The ceremony's over. It's like we're not being rude."
No. So throughout the
What about-
church, so it's a Catholic funeral. So like throughout church, we were dead silent. We were respectful and all that stuff. Then we get to the burial, and we wait until everything's done. Then we go over to the immediate family, Ricky's family. And we have our own rapport with them. We've known them forever, and so we start cracking jokes, not about the deceased or anything like that, but just making people laugh, being merry, etc. And they're all like, "We're glad that you came." They literally said that. "We're glad that you guys are here."
Yeah.
And then we get to the reception where all the family's eating and they're watching a slideshow or whatnot. And at some point, like, we just get like dirty looks. We get up to literally help them set up, and then when we come back, all of our stuff's moved down the table.
At the end of the table, like a couple of children.
We were in the middle with Ricky and his wife Justine, and then we come back and all of our stuff has just been moved away from the family. But we know it wasn't any of the immediate family. We have an idea of who it is, but it doesn't matter. It
doesn't matter.
Like we never that was just us. We just like to make jokes. We like to make people laugh.
Yeah.
And
But however, during the eulogy, I got Steve and I were texting about Watchmen earlier today, and then
which I still have not seen, but I will.
and because last night's episode was pretty fucking crazy, or this week's episode.
Yeah.
And so we're texting about it, and I was like, "Big blue dick motherfucker" or something like that. I was talking about
You
Dr.
see the
Manhattan.
Blue Man Group motherfucker.
Yeah, big blue man group motherfucker. Yeah, that's right. And then he sent me a gif of Tobias from Arrested Development.
Funky.
Yeah. And it made me laugh. It made me laugh during the eulogy in the church.
And everyone stopped and looked at it.
No.
It wasn't that kind of laugh.
No, it wasn't. But I'm pretty sure the lady, the girl next to me, definitely heard me go. Like I was laughing at the fucking eulogy.
So bow our head in silence.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't your first Catholic funeral, was it?
No, my whole Mexican side is Catholic. I've been to
Catholic
every single funeral I've been to is a Catholic funeral.
Catholic funerals are the weirdest fucking thing to me.
Yeah.
Like, I've been to a couple, and it's always like, did they not realize there's a body here? Are we not going to talk about that casket up front? Like, you're doing a whole sermon.
I don't know.
What about the elephant in the room? Obviously, are we going to say anything about them, or are we going to keep singing songs?
It does drive me kind of crazy, fucking Catholic.
It sucks too because it makes me feel weird. Like, I've actually made my peace with death, but it's the things that certain people do surrounding the death that kind of bug me.
Yeah.
And I was telling Ryan, I was like, and when they do this whole thing and you hear the eulogy and all that stuff, it's like it made me think of like, at some point I'm gonna have to be up there.
It always makes you.
Assuming I don't die first, but whatever.
Yeah, it always makes you question your own mortality every time you're at a.
But that's the thing. It wasn't even my own mortality. It's the people that I love.
Yeah.
Like I'm at some point, I know for a fact I will. If I don't die first, I will have to go up there and talk about someone I love.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel, and that's the part that makes me feel uneasy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just kind of funny because like I know all the words at the church now, but I just like don't, I refuse to participate.
Yeah, I was actually a little surprised because I was talking about it like. Is it kind of weird that two atheists are gonna walk into the church right now?
Yeah.
And but he was actually. I know you're a confirmed Catholic, and you were very respectful, even more so than I. I wasn't not respectful. I just wasn't participating, but he was for the most part.
Well,
like I usually don't stand up and sit down and kneel and do all the things, but you were like at least doing some of that and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I was like,
When do they give you those rules? I never know that shit. Like
it says, Simon says, please stand. Simon says, please kneel. But if they say rise and you don't do it,
like the last Catholic funeral I went to was like over the summer. And another thing that was weird to me, they were, they had a lady up there like singing songs, just one lady, singing songs.
Yeah, that's how it was.
And then she would gesture at us like, y'all know the lyrics. I'm
well, because they're all in the books in the pews.
Pew pew.
It's weird.
I mean, it's so repetitive. You can catch on unless you're.
I don't go. I've never gone to.
I know, but
to a Catholic church. Or
it's all
like
the
that.
words. All the words are in your missalette.
Yeah. Well, apparently nobody in the church knew the words because nobody sang along. So it was really awkward and funny to me that she's singing and like gesturing and it's just silent.
Yeah.
No, that happened with my grandmother's funeral. It was also interesting because I was talking to Ryan. I was telling him, I was like, the priest was like riffing for a large portion of it, and which is really fucking weird. And at some point, he's like, and so who here is, a practicing Catholic? And very few people raised their hands, including only one of her grandchildren.
And why the fuck do they do communion during during
the
funeral? Like, there's a body up here. We're here for a reason. I'm not here for juice and crackers, motherfucker. Like, talk about the body.
I was like, stop riffing, keep it going, keep it rolling. Let's do this. And
if you're not Catholic,
again,
you can't eat the cracker. Like,
that's pretty much. Yeah,
they were singing, and no one was singing along.
The whole speech. If you want to, I was like, Garrett, go up and get blessed, bro.
I'm like, I'm good. I feel.
Yeah, because if you don't receive communion, you can go up and like you cross your arms and get a blessing or whatever. Yeah, it's fucking.
It's weird.
Yeah, I was. I was telling us like we could do that. I think I was like, church is like an anesthetic for me, dude. As soon as I walk in, I'm just like.
Bro, if you actually fell asleep and you did the thing that you did on the fucking couch,
dude, yeah.
Trust me, if it wasn't for the standing,
people would pick you up and throw you in the holy water vat. Just they would have a vat just for you, just like.
No, that happened to my uncle during my his mother's funeral. He fell asleep in the pew and let out a loud Ryan snore. And then I remember, I think my uncle, his brother, like turned around and punched him in the chest in the pew to wake him up.
Yeah,
it was awkward.
It was really. I was telling him I went to my niece's baptism. And they're like, oh, it's gonna be a real quick ceremony, blah blah blah. Like it's not gonna be, dude. That shit was like an hour and a half, and I'm like, when do you dunk the fucking baby? Because I need to get out of here.
Just walk up there with a cup, like fuck it, like we're out of here.
I did it. She's back.
Wasted everybody's time here. Oh my god, dude! And as soon as they did that, I was like, I'm out. I just fucking went and I started walking around the church because I couldn't, dude. I was falling asleep, and I was like, this is gonna be embarrassing for everybody if I pass out in this pew right now.
Yeah.
Because at least, and like the thing was, we didn't do any of the stand up, sit down shit at that one. It was just the guy kept fucking talking.
Oh yeah. It's like, Padre, let's go. Like, dunk the
Wrap
babies.
it up,
let's
Padre.
Get out of here.
Dunk the baby. Yeah. We gotta go. We all got some fucking dinner to eat right now. So we were talking about this. This is why I wanted to have Steve on, was because Steve did he was in a real fraternity. So he's got some real So he's got some real fucked up fraternity stories.
Yeah.
And he told me this one about them pranking the sorority with dead roadkill.
That sounds more morbid than what the whole story entails. It's still fucked up.
Was it, or was it not dead animals?
Yes, it was. But let me tell the story.
It doesn't have that fucked up.
Because he told me this story the other night, and it nearly killed me.
Okay. Please start from the beginning. Start from the beginning.
The reason the story came because I was in a fraternity. And yeah, we did a lot of crazy shit, but I just don't remember a lot of it unless I'm reminded about things. And so I
don't even know how the fuck this came up.
Because we were at someone's house and we were talking just in general, and you're like, "Oh, have you ever got humbled by one of those moments where you're like, you realize, I'm not about that
That's
life."
That's right. That's how it came up.
And I think you started talking about it, and then I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like I remember I'm not about that life story, and it's this story. So one day in my fraternity,
Lambda.
Yeah, no, Delta Tau Delta. Okay. I'm we're sitting in our pit, and we're just hanging out, like probably drink. It's like our basement where everyone hangs out. And so we're just hanging out, like drinking, talking. It's at night. Nothing's really going on. Small town Kansas. And then all of a sudden, Reeser walks in. Now, Reeser, we used to call BTR. At the time when I was in Kansas, the BTK killer had just gotten caught. So bind, torture, kill. That guy just got caught. And so we started calling Reeser BTR because he was fucking crazy.
Bind, torture,
Reeser.
Okay. I was like, there's something in there.
No, just Reeser.
Okay.
He's actually a really good guy, but just
he likes to bind and torture people, but not kill them.
But so this is the scene. We're sitting around, we're just hanging out, drinking. Nothing's really happening. Just a typical fucking midweek day. And then all of a sudden, Garrett comes through the back door, the sliding glass door, walks in with a hunting knife,
not
covered in blood.
It sounds like me, not me.
Yeah, he walks in with a hunting knife covered in blood, and we're just like,
that does sound like you, actually.
I know. But fun fact: Garrett is a very common white person name,
and he was very white.
Yes,
white, as they say.
And you said Kansas?
Yeah, I was in Kansas, and
pretty sure there's a lot of Garretts in Kansas.
We had 2 in our house. Yeah. And so, he comes in with this bloody knife, and we're just like, did he finally do it? Like,
finally?
What the fuck? You know, like, Reeser, what the fuck, dude? Like, what happened? And his explanation was, he worked on a farm right outside of town, and he's like, I was driving to work, and when I was driving to work, I saw this dead deer, like on the side of the road, and it'd been there for a couple of days, but like something happened where it's like it just looked interesting. I told myself I'm gonna stop on my way home, and I'm going to check out this dead deer on the side of the road. This rotting dead deer.
Check it out.
Just check it out. He wants to check it out. So he's like, yeah, I went to go check it out. And so it's dark out, and I'm over there, and I'm just like kind of looking at it. And then a possum like jumped up and like hissed at me. And so I killed it. And we're just like...
I was like, not today, possum!
Don't be hissing at me, bitch.
But he has this Crocodile Dundee knife for a fucking possum. But that's how insane this guy was. And we're just like, okay, dude, what's like? This doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you do that? And then we're like, why didn't you just clean the blood off the knife? Like, why are you walking around with a bloody knife like a fucking psycho? And so then he licks the blood off the knife.
He licked it?
He licked
the possum
dead
blood.
Possum blood off of his knife. And we're just like,
fuck.
What the fuck?
I would have been like, how do we vote this motherfucker out right now?
And then we started drinking more. Started drinking heavily. I don't know who came up with the idea, but someone was just like, we should go back and get that deer and go put it on the Tri-Delt house. There's a sorority there. And you know, when you're drunk and bored in a small town with nothing
why
to do.
though? Like, I just want to know
I
why.
don't know. I can't explain why. We had nothing.
Because you liked them? You didn't like them? You just thought that's the idea that was going to work?
Okay, so I went to a very small school
in
a very small town in Kansas. And, you know, I grew up out here, but I went out there. It's 950 students in the entire university.
Yeah.
The town, maybe 2,000-3,000. And so everything closed like at 8 o'clock, so there was nothing to do. So we would get drunk and entertain ourselves. So bad ideas were good ideas because fucking what else are we going to do? I'm tired of sitting here playing Halo. Like, let's go steal the R-Race car. We stole the R-Race. We would steal people's car. Well, I stole a car. Stole my R-Race car because I was bored and then I saw his keys.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So, but we could
also,
get...
going back to when you were talking about him, like, killing the possum.
Yeah.
In my head, after that, he's like, and then a fucking squirrel came out of the fucking tree, and he got pissed because I think the possum was his friend, so I killed that thing, and then the fucking chicken came out of the fucking air.
Right.
And then I killed him.
Well, that's how he was. That's how we got the name BTR. I remember one time during Chicken Fry, we were building our bonfire.
What is Chicken Fry?
You have to just not. You have to tell us what these things are. We don't know what these are.
Okay, so Chicken Fry was one of the parties that we would do where we
Chicken Fry in the pit.
No, where we would have a giant bonfire out in the woods.
Okay.
Because you could just burn shit in Kansas. They don't give a fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
So we built this like maybe 20, 30 foot tall fucking bonfire pit. Just cut down a bunch of trees and built the shit.
Yeah.
And when we were doing it, we were like chopping like shit down for the filler, and then there was like a little garter snake, little tiny, doesn't hurt anybody snake, like just slithering by. And
Pick it up, toss it in the fire.
No, Reeser flipped out and he had a hatchet and just like fucking went to town on this thing. We're just like, dude, you're a little too much. Like, calm down.
It's okay. I saved everybody.
Yeah.
Also, what's a Kansas accent? I want to know.
It's just like Midwestern. I don't
Like
know.
a hillbilly.
Kind of, yeah. They vary depending on where they're from. But so someone comes up with the idea to go throw this dead deer and possum that Reeser killed onto the sorority's like front porch.
Okay.
Because it's hilarious. We're drunk and stupid kids. And so we're like, fuck it. But then Reeser's like, yo, I know of like more roadkill we can go get, because he just knows
It's in my pit.
It's like it's in my roadkill book.
I keep it in my pit.
Because he just like knew where fucking roadkill was.
I have this Thomas guide where I've marked all the dead animals. Mind you, this was before. I would imagine before like smartphones.
Yeah.
And shit like that.
Yeah, so he
Thomas
fucking like leaves to go get these. So I'm thinking a few, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do this." Peer pressure. I'm like, "Fuck it, I can do this. I can handle it. I'm about this. Like, fuck it, let's do it." And so we get in our ninja gear and shit, get all in black, and then him and somebody else, I don't forget who.
This is where I come in.
Yeah.
They came back in the pickup truck, and so like, let's go. So we got the gloves on, got our little mask on and shit. So we hop, me and like Tony and like I think maybe Jeff hop in the back of the truck. And they're driving. We get there, and it's just a tarp in the back. I can't see or smell anything. It's just a tarp, and it's in the middle of winter.
And you jumped in the bed of it.
Yeah, I'm in the bed of the
And
truck.
you're laying next to a stack of dead
I was sitting
animals.
on the side. I wasn't like laying in Jericho. I was like sitting on the.
Oh,
as they're-
still.
You know? And so we get there, we pull up in front of the house, and it's just like, all right, go. And I think someone ripped that tarp open. And the smell of death and rotting animal, like he had so many fucking dead animals. I don't know where he got it from. There was deers and fucking raccoons, the possum he fucking knifed out there, like, and just all these fucking dead rotting animals.
How many? Like
I don't remember how many, but it was too much.
Like half a dozen?
Maybe it could have just been 6, but 6 was more than enough. How do you know we're 6
That's
dead
6
animals?
too many carcasses in a truck, dude.
And like it came off, and the smell hit me, and I immediately almost threw up on myself. Like I was gagging, and I was just trying to like, oh no, I can do this. Like grab one, like trying to like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it.
What was the first dead animal you reached for? Did you try and get one?
I tried to grab the raccoon because it was nearest towards me,
Poor raccoon.
and the fucking. Oh god!
Were they all rigor mortis, all stiff
Oh,
too?
dude, the deer was. The deer. You could see like the deer
Rigor
spine,
mortide.
and it was fucking disgusting. But I tried to grab the raccoon because it was the closest one to me. I couldn't even touch it. Like it was fucking awful. So I'm sitting there trying not to puke while they're running around grabbing these animals and laughing and throwing them on the fucking front porch. And then to end it, Reeser came and grabbed the raccoon that was in front of me, and we're like, "Oh, yo, we gotta go! Like, hurry up!" And then he's fucking whipping the thing around his head, and like throws it at their fucking front door, bangs on the door, then runs and jumps in the truck, and then we go home.
Did they know?
And that was like a Wednesday, just cause.
So did they ever find out it was you, or do anything to retaliate, or anything at all?
I was a sorority, so they're not gonna retaliate. I mean, I think they tried to, but nobody really knew it was us. They couldn't prove it was us because.
But you guys had a fucking murderer in your. You were the only one with a fucking murderer.
He fit
Kansas. Maybe they weren't.
Look, he fit the bill. Yes. He fit the bill of a serial killer too, because he used to be like this fat He played football, but he was like fat and overweight, and then he lost a bunch of weight and just became extremely good looking and had like a great body, but then would also fucking scare people.
Also killed
He was a Kansas.
I killed a deer with this knife, and I was naked.
Yeah,
and then
guys, come look what I did.
Come look.
He's got a squirrel crucified.
No, I remember
he just body paints with blood.
I remember he went to a party with us just in a towel, because we were like leaving to go to a party, and he came out of the shower, just put a towel on. He's like, "Oh, where are you guys going?" Like, "Oh, we're going over to fucking Ponce's house." And he's like, "Oh, wait for me." We're like, "Fuck you, we're already like walking out the door." And he's like, "All right then," and just walked out in a towel, went to the party in a bath towel all night, and then people started signing his body. Girls were like signing his body just because he was pretty much naked. And then one girl ended up signing her name on his ball sack. Like,
Oh my god.
All right.
it was
College guys.
college.
I feel like I miss college when I.
no, because I tell people
Well,
this all the time.
we went to community college.
It's still college, like, but the parties that we went to were never like this.
No, because
no.
and I
there were
tell,
still parties.
I tell people this all the time. Like, if I went to a bigger school, these things wouldn't have happened.
yeah.
I would have a normal college experience, but because I was in a small
Maybe
town
that's
with nothing
more
to
what it
do,
was.
and the fucking cops didn't matter out there. We did whatever the fuck we wanted to, and so when you're young and bored and there's no bars around, you get fucked up into fraternity, and then it's just like,
Yeah.
yo,
You just blow up
you
vans.
try to fuck
Yeah.
somebody, or you're
For
just
us,
gonna try to fuck something.
Our
out.
community
Like, it
colleges
was
were
ridiculous.
like fucking millions of people.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
there's no point. Yeah, you partied, but cops matter.
Yeah.
Cops,
They're
okay, cops
definitely-
didn't matter. Like when I
Cops definitely matter around here.
after like my brotherhood week, they made us go streaking in like the middle of the winter. It's like 20 degrees outside, and we ran through this entire town, like 10, 12 of us, ass naked, screaming, breaking into sororities, breaking into the girls' dorm.
Going streaking.
Not one
Yeah.
cop showed up. Like we got threatened with a bat at one house by an old lady. But other than that, like we were running around drunk as shit. At least a good mile run,
Yeah.
just naked, pissing in the street, and not one fucking.
Yeah, you have to keep in mind, like, I think, like, all, like, our exposure is, like, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s teen comedies and shit like that.
That shit,
where-
yeah.
But all of them take place in the Midwest. You have to understand.
Yeah, that's very true.
None of them are fucking in L.A.
Yeah, because you can't do that shit out here. You keep
No,
the cops on
but
you
yeah, I
immediately.
guess in the Midwest, it was at least. If
Yeah,
not,
because
if not still,
because that's
a
what
lot
happens.
easier
Like
to do
Ryan
that
to
shit.
tell me about something, or just like make something up, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, that actually happened. I know a guy in my fraternity did this and this and that. You're like, these aren't real people. Like,
It makes
you're
sense
making this
though.
up.
Like every time we go someplace where it's like it's just a secluded small town or whatever,
Yeah.
like you hear the craziest stories because it's like, what else are you gonna do?
Nothing.
It's
Like
either that or cook meth.
yeah, like I told,
Or both.
Like I
Make
tell
moonshine.
Ryan,
Yeah, it's true. Both. Cook some meth and blow some shit up.
I was like, I've never been truly bored in my adult life because I have so many things that I could just go out and do.
yeah, just in a couple blocks around here, you got shit you can do.
Yeah.
we had nothing, and so we just like I would tell Ryan, like we would just burn shit just to burn shit. Like
Oh, I definitely did that, but I'm talking, but you know,
no, they
We burned couches.
They burned vehicles.
okay, no, I didn't do that. Though.
The vehicle was an accident. They wanted to charge us with arson, but it was like it was the 4th of July.
That was
It
your
an
argument.
accident. No, it was the 4th of July. And
Your Honor.
we accidentally burned down a van in our
First
parking
of all,
lot.
it's the 4th of July, and I'm an American.
No, put it like this is how bad the cops are. We ran because we accidentally sent this van on fire in our parking lot, and we tried to put it out, but things didn't go as planned.
I love that you tried to put it out, but it didn't work.
Yeah,
Like,
apparently.
what part of was it just a parked empty vehicle?
No, wait. This is if I remember correctly, the reason it didn't work was because they had 2 fire extinguishers that were already used, so they were fucking empty. So
Yeah,
they
no,
couldn't-
they just threw the fire
So no,
extinguisher
what
out
happened
the car.
was like the fire started out small, and I stuck my head in the car. I'm like, oh shit, it's on fire. We
Oh,
should
it was
put
in
that
the
out.
car.
It started in the car.
That's okay. 'Cause I was like, what part is flammable on the outside?
The back window was busted out, and so we were shooting shit in there, and then it's like,
Makes
oh
more-
shit, there's a
makes
lot of
more
smoke
sense
coming
now.
out, and I'm like, oh,
what
it's
did you
on fire.
think was going to happen? Firing fireworks into a vehicle.
You're 19 years old and you're fucked up in the middle of summer in Kansas. We're just like, fuck it, like nothing's gonna happen.
like, I wonder if
Nothing's gonna. Oh shit! It's an inferno.
Yeah, and that's basically what
Burn
happened.
that
Like it was a little pocket on the floorboard, and then I ran inside to get the fire extinguisher, and I came out, it's empty. I'm like, oh shit.
like, oh, this was from the last fire.
I would. No one thought to replace this. None of you.
But it's during summer, so no one's
Okay.
really there. There's only like 6 of us in the house at the time.
Yeah.
And so then I ran back inside to get a bucket of water. But by the time I came out with a bucket, it was just like, oh shit, like the whole back
way
window's
bigger.
in flames. And then it was just like, oh shit, there's a gas can right next to it. I should probably move that. And then when I went to grab that, like the window busted out, and then we're just like, "Holy fuck, this is bad."
Fuck the gas can. We're gonna burn down this fucking.
Yeah,
we're
so it
burning
was
this
just
fucking
like,
down.
Call 911. Let's get the fuck out of here. So we called the fire department, jumped in the car, and drove away. Went like 2 blocks over to Potts'
What
house.
did they say? Did they say like, "There's a fire. You should come get it," or "We accidentally did this"?
No, there's a fire. We didn't
okay.
tell them it was us. We just drove away. But then we didn't tell anybody else in the house that.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh shit, we gotta go. Like, oh fuck, we fucked up. Let's get out of here. And it was just me, Jeff, and Danielle. And then we run, and then it's just the black smoke. We see all the sirens, and we're just like, oh fuck, we fucked up. And then we just start laughing because we're just like, what did we do? Like that nervous, I fucked up bad laugh.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we get a call from Disney. And he's like, what the fuck did you assholes do?
Disney?
Yeah, I was like, "Well, you guys knew Disney?"
Yeah, I was like, what?
Remember, we don't know these people.
I know. Disney was one of the
I
guys in
fucking
the house.
saw you guys.
His name was Mike Disney.
You're going down.
And so he calls us, kind of yelling at us, like, yo, like, you guys fucked up. They know it was you. Like, someone said it was a black guy and 2 white dudes. And it's just like, what was
That
a black
could be
guy?
anybody.
Yeah. And so then we're there because it was me and Jeff's girlfriend and myself. And then so we're sitting there. We're like, oh, fuck it. They're putting it out. We'll be okay. We'll go back later. Then we get another call like, yo, they're talking about charging you guys with arson. You should probably come back and talk to them. And we're like, oh, fuck. And then Jeff's like, oh, no, you guys stay here. I'll go handle it. And so Jeff leaves, and me and Danielle are just kicking it. And then he's like, all right, we're all good. He's like, Tony's dad was like editor for the town paper. He talked to the fire department for us, told them it was an accident, so we're all good. And so that was it. That was it.
No one asked why you ran.
No, that was it.
I mean, to be fair, you could have just been like, we were scared. But at the same time, true, if the back window was busted, like, dude, firework just flew in there accidentally.
Yeah, we were scared. That's
Yeah.
what happened.
Regardless. My mom
God.
actually chimed in and said my dad accidentally lit an entire field on fire once with a mini cone firework. So good for him.
I don't know what that is, but
I don't know. It's just it's a firework. You lit a field on fire, which is
yeah.
fucking
My
funny.
my brother lit a palm tree on fire with a firework.
Full palm tree?
It landed in the top of one of the. It was like a dry palm tree.
Yeah.
He launched a bottle. It was on the news and everything, dude. It was right down the street from where we were living. Yeah, he like lit a bottle rocket and it went right into the tree, and it just the whole fucking like within minutes the whole goddamn thing was in flames. Just like
Jesus.
I never lit anything on fire accidentally and had to get out of control. Oddly enough, as much as I love lighting things on fire,
you're controlled arson.
now that I think about it, I'm like, I'm very controlled in my arson. I was like, I like to make fire and then I'll put it out. It's fine. The closest, and I didn't even do it. I was just there. We were here when we didn't live here, but it was the 4th of July, and we like to come here because they do firework shows right down the street.
yeah.
But that also means that so many people park in our fucking driveway and like they just stop in the middle of the street and watch the firework. And we were saving the spot because I think like one of our relatives went to go get some drinks or something and then come back and was going to park in the driveway, but someone just stood there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can't park there. And they're like, we're going to watch the fireworks show. I'm like, and me and my brother and his friends were like, you can't fucking do that.
Yeah.
Like, this is a private driveway. Like, they're like, fuck you. And so my brother or one of his friends or someone lit a bunch of ground boom flowers and tossed them down. Because there's a balcony right here, so
Yeah.
just toss them down at the car.
Fire in the hole.
But their window was open, and she's like, my son is down here.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, you should move then.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about how my hair caught on fire on 4th of July?
No.
We had one of those fountains. My grandpa had me light it, so like I went and lit it, and it like nothing happened. It's just the fuse went in, and
It's dead.
yeah. So we thought, and I'm looking at it, and he goes, check the fuse, and I fucking that's my adult supervision right now. He goes, check the fuse,
Pick it up.
and I stick my head like down, and the fucking thing just explodes in my face. And then it's my eyebrows, my eyelashes were gone, and the whole front of my hair caught on fire.
What? How old were you?
I was like 8.
Go check the fuse.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck. You okay?
my dad is smacking me in the head, fucking putting my hair out.
And just walk it off. He'll be all right.
Yeah. So like, it was all singed. You know, like in the cartoons where like the dynamite goes off, and it was like just the front of my hair was all sticking up, singed, and I had no eyebrows or eyelashes.
Oh, God. That's hilarious.
Yeah, no burns, but yeah, all my hair was gone on my face.
Yeah. I would say with all the shit that we got into, we actually came out a lot less scarred and burned than I thought we would.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's the worst thing that's ever happened at a party like that we went? I don't really remember.
At a party?
I don't know. I know you came up on that fucking that amp that we still use. He just walked out with an amp at a party one time.
Yeah, fucking sticky fingers
No,
over
it wasn't
there.
the amp. It was the guitar.
Both of them though.
I don't think I got the amp.
It was the amp and the guitar. I thought.
No, I got the guitars right there. But to be fair, so it was I don't know. We had this crazy in high school. There was always party every single week, but it was always a gig. There was always bands playing. This one was called Jesse Fest, and it was basically a giant house party at this guy's house. The weirdest thing was that his dad was there, and he wasn't letting people back in for whatever reason. So like, literally, I went to go get beer, and I came back with my brother, and he wouldn't let us back in. I'm like, why? He's like, oh, we can't have drinking here. I'm like, have you seen your backyard? His backyard was just filled with people drinking and then loud music.
And there's a giant puke stain that somebody just threw a towel over.
Yeah,
he's trying to hide for the cops. He's like, the feds are watching.
I'm like,
no alcohol here, son.
I've already
Go
been
somewhere
in.
else.
I just want to get more beer. He's like, no, we don't drink here. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I climbed the fence.
Secret word.
I climbed the fence to get back into the party, but then eventually the cops came and broke the party up. Everyone left, and we were just chilling there because it was our friend's house, and the band had left all of their equipment, but like they threw it in the bushes.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I really don't know why. I was like,
They're probably because they're probably hiding it so they can come back and get it.
yeah. So at some point I was like, well, I'm leaving. I don't think the band. And I told my friend, I'm like, I don't think the band's coming back. Can I have this guitar? He's like, yeah. So I took the guitar, and I left.
Yeah.
That was it. That was literally the last I ever heard of that.
I remember
and it's a really good guitar. I still have it.
My brother was throwing a party one time, and my dad was there, and he's the one. I think he's the one who got the keg too. So it was like, it was just so funny. He just had some spider sense, I think, because he decided to take the dog for a walk.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking he fucking called the cops. Because the cops showed up, and then he came back. And he's like, I don't know what's going on. I've been gone all day. He's like, I don't know, officers. He's like, what happened?
How did you guys get beer?
What is this?
What'd you do?
I don't know any of these kids. Take them out of here. We used to throw parties all the time, man. I remember.
I feel like nothing bad, like nothing really bad happened at any of our parties or the parties we went to that I can think of.
Yeah, I would say like the most bad stuff that's happened is just when we were just like bored. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah,
those were the
Cause
most dangerous nights where it was just like, yeah, where property damage happened just because we were just like, like when I said when I stole my RA's car. It was just like I just walked in his room to talk to him, and I just took the keys off. I'm like, "Fuck it, let's go."
Yeah. We broke a chair at your house once. Is that what that was? When your parents were gone for like a week or something?
What do you mean? I remember there was
something something was broken or something, but I don't remember what it was, and it took a while for them to find it out. It was a chair or something.
Oh, somebody carved into the table. There was that, but yeah, I think there was a broken chair that we just like because we had like a little
gorilla glued it back together real quick.
Just fucking had it was. Yeah, it was one of the kitchen chairs. Yeah. So and we just fucking like Mickey Moused it back together, so no one would notice. And then once somebody sat in it and fell apart, we're like, "What'd you do?" But no, and somebody had carved into the kitchen table, like "fuck Mikey" or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Who the fuck is Mikey?" and so I ended up just turning the table around.
Yeah.
Because it was like. It was one of those ones that had like the flaps that folded down.
Oh yeah.
So we just flipped it around and put that side on the corner. And years went by before because it was like big carved.
Oh, like in the side.
Yeah. So fucking they pulled that table out for something like years later. My mom's like, "What the fuck is this?" And I came out. I just was laughing. I'm like, I thought you'd never find out.
I'm too grown to be grounded.
Yeah, I was like fucking 21,
I never threw a party at my house. I never wanted to really throw a party when I lived with my parents and stuff like that. So nothing ever crazy happened there.
There's the Edward 40 Hands night where we all vomited in the bushes.
Yeah, but that was controlled. I feel like every time
40 hands.
Yeah, that's why you have to have a referee.
You have to stop doing it. Edward 40 hands. See someone fall.
Oh shit! No,
somebody
not like
fell
that.
down.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Fell in college.
Fuck.
That's why we stopped playing.
That never crossed my mind.
Me neither.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think any of us ever got that fucked up off of 240s.
No. It was more than just the 240. It's like
it was doubling up.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure it was, but I'm just saying if we decide we're gonna play that game, that's pretty much all we're drinking.
Oh yeah.
And none of us have ever gotten to that level. Also, none of us are ever really non-balanced drunks.
Yeah.
I guess you could say. I don't know what you call
I mean,
that.
I've gotten there.
No.
I mean, yeah,
But
I'm sure
I mean,
you could. I'm
'cause
saying, like, usually we don't.
Like
We've never
we
done that.
all had like drinking problems when I was there. Like I used to tell Ryan before, he's like, "Why don't you drink liquor?" I'm like, "Dude, I used to have a problem. Like, I don't anymore. Like, because we would got to the point where like an 18 pack was like with one person needed just to get like a decent drunk.
Well, yeah, because you were drinking fucking Keystone Light, probably.
Miller Lights and shit
Yeah.
like that. But like 18 pack plus a couple of shots, and it's just like that's just a regular fucking Tuesday. Because why
sounds
not?
Sounds like a Tuesday to me.
Oh God,
Humpcast day.
And so yeah, the whole thing
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we would get we would fall and fight and
I don't know why. I've never really had. I take that back, actually. I don't really find that sort of like. I don't need to drink that much.
No, you don't. Nobody needs to.
But I like.
Nobody needs to.
Yeah.
It's peer pressure. It's peer pressure.
Yeah.
I want to fit in.
Yeah,
I'm 18.
absolutely.
I'm peer pressure. Like, fuck yeah,
I don't
I'll
drink.
drink till
I don't
puke.
drink. I don't drink nearly as much as I did probably in high school.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think for high school, it was always like. It was like a fucking medal of honor. Oh, I can drink this much. Oh, I can drink more than you.
Yeah.
Woo-doo-doo.
Fuck no.
And so that's
yeah,
kind of what
and it's
that
like
was.
it's like who wants to be that fucking person
No,
too?
I
Like
don't.
that fucking
there was
falling down.
So many nights
Falling
where
down, throwing up on yourself. And you know how many
Yeah.
times I've seen people shit on themselves
Oh
like
my
a party
God.
there?
I've never gotten that
Oh.
far, but I know people that have peed themselves and shit themselves. I'm like, how fucked up were you, bro?
One girl shit her pants at a party, and she was the poop fairy for the rest of her.
You know that
It
line?
was like it was like a dress up party. She was dressed up as a fairy.
fairy.
And then she ended up shitting her pants.
Oh my
You know that line-
So she was just the poop fairy.
that line from Superbad where he's like, "Why don't you go pee yourself?" He's like, "That was like third grade." It's like
Yeah.
no one ever forgets.
People don't forget.
No, they don't fucking forget because I
Yeah.
remember explicitly like the handful of people that I know have
Remember
pissed and shit themselves.
we had a kid.
They're still in my head. I don't care.
There's a kid that shit his pants in fucking elementary school, and no one let it go. No one. And it was so sad. They're like, Brian, why don't you go shit your pants again?
Yes. Oh, fucking Brian Mojica, right?
Now everyone knows. But
Shout
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor guy.
I'm sure he's like
And,
a
it was like a
lawyer
watery
or a
shit
doctor now.
that went down his pant leg and like it was like the teacher wouldn't let him go to the bathroom and then he walks
What was
in
it? Was he like, "Teacher, I go poopy"?
No, he goes, teacher, I put my pants. She's like, what? He's like, I put my pants.
I need to find him. I need to find him right now.
Oh, come
No,
on.
that's so
Leave him alone.
mean,
That's
yeah.
so mean.
No, I'm not gonna say anything.
You're like,
I just want to see it. I haven't.
Brian, remember you shit your pants? That's in third grade.
Hey, Brian, you're live on air right now.
Hashtag
Remember the
Brian.
time?
I'm gonna call my
shit
messenger.
yourself?
I'm gonna call my messenger.
Oh, God.
I just love it because I want to find him and he's gonna be like a doctor or a lawyer,
Right,
and I'm like,
yeah.
"Sup, man? Why don't you go poop your pants?"
Oh, God.
I pissed my pants at my mom's wedding.
What?
Right? Yeah. When my parents got married, I was like 7 and I never wore slacks before.
Oh, so, okay. I don't know why.
And they make you poop your
I was
pants?
thinking
No,
it was like
peed my
you're an
pants.
Oh,
adult.
pee your pants.
Yeah, no. Why would you think
Because
I
some
thought
adults
we were talking
piss
about poop.
themselves when they get too drunk.
man, I pissed myself in my sleep recently.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that happened.
Recently,
Like yeah, from a few months ago.
Really?
Yeah. It was it was weird. Like I was having a dream where I was peeing
Yeah.
and then like I woke up and I was actually pissing myself.
Ew, dude.
Yeah.
that's
Most of the time when I have those dreams, it's just like, oh shit, I gotta wake up and pee because I've been peeing
Right.
for like
Well,
10
normally
minutes
that's
in
what
the stream.
happens, but this time I actually just peed.
Yeah.
And I had no control over it. I was just peeing in my fucking dream.
Jesus.
And then I woke up. I was like, "What the fuck? Just like, stop it, dick!"
Yeah.
I found him.
Oh
Oh,
God.
leave him alone.
I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm just
Oh, he's got a stupid curly mustache. Never mind.
twirly mustache.
Go tell him to shit his pants again.
Yeah. Maybe if I twirl my mustache, people would forget about that shit on myself in 2nd grade. Nope. Still remember.
Dude, I pulled the fire alarm.
People don't forget.
I pulled the fire alarm in 2nd grade, and people didn't forget about that until fuck. People still talk about it.
No. Why'd you pull the fire alarm?
Well, it's not. It's a short story, but this kid basically had somehow convinced me that they locked them, that
Yeah.
you can't pull them down, and he's like, "Look, watch. you can't do it. And then I was like, come on, dude.
Gotcha. Teacher.
And that's exactly what happened. And then the teacher's like, who did? And they're like,
Yeah.
Ryan fucking did it. We all saw him.
Yeah.
Ooh, oh, God.
And I got suspended.
Kids are
I got
assholes.
suspended for like 2 days. And I remember being devastated. But that was one of the times like it was like legit, just an honest mistake. So my
Yeah.
mom was cool about it. She's just like, I'm not mad at you. And she's like, what do you? And she's like, I was like, I gotta be out of school for 2 days.
Yeah. Like, fucking
She's
watch
like-
Dragon Ball and shut up.
Yeah. She's like, no, fuck that kid, Adam. I hate that kid.
Yeah.
Someone asked, have you ever had someone on Humpcast that's ever pissed or shit themselves on the show? No, not to date yet.
No, but I've probably shit myself an alarming amount of times as an adult.
I've never shit myself as an adult, but I do remember being a kid
God.
and wearing jorts and telling we were on a road trip. We were on a fucking road trip, and this is the thing. Listen to your fucking kids or any kid that says they need to go to the bathroom, because
Yeah.
we were in the car, and I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. They're like, can you hold it? I'm like, I don't think I can hold it. They're like, well, you have to hold it. I'm like, no. And then I shit myself all over my jorts. It was running down my leg, and then I'm waddling to the fucking, once we finally stopped, waddling to like a porta potty. I'm like, this feels fucking weird. I don't like it.
God. Oh.
And then I also shit in the community pool because again,
Fuck everyone's day.
dude. I was so over the summer it was swimming lessons, and I was a very young child, and I'm like, I need to use the bathroom. They're like, you need to hold it, and I'm like, no.
Oh my God.
So I shit myself
In the pool?
but it was a floater. I remember feeling it go down the trunks and then plop back up. and then some kid's like, ah! And then I'm like, oh God, no! And then they had to drain and close the pool for like a week.
Oh, God.
But I'm telling you, you have to let kids when they say they need to go to the restroom, let them go to the restroom. Let them go.
Shut the whole pool down for a week.
It's like Caddyshack. Or somebody throw the baby Ruth and Caddyshack into the pool, and then they're like, poop.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Wait, so do you have an
What?
embarrassing shit yourself story, too?
Well, but that's the thing. I've never shit myself as an adult, but you guys you have.
No,
I know.
I
I know
almost
another one of
did.
my. I know one of my friends that got so drunk, he shit his bed while his at the time girlfriend was sleeping over, and she was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
She didn't clean it up?
I don't know if I
She ain't the
don't
one.
remember asking. No, they
She
broke.
ain't the
They,
one.
they definitely.
I told about the guy in my
they
my
broke
house
up
that-
since then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
got
don't
my
know if
house.
that was the reason.
Got in my house, got drunk, threw up on himself, and shit on himself. And we're like, we're not cleaning that shit up. He'll deal with it in the morning. So we just threw him in the showers. We're like, fuck that. And then his girl came over, cleaned him up, wiped his shitty ass, and got him to bed. All while he's like passed out drunk. And we found out the next day. We're like, bro, you need to marry that
Yeah.
woman. And he did. And they're still married today.
That's amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I said. She's not a keeper.
I hope that was in the vows. I promise to wipe your stupid shitty ass. No, you know what happened? I think I told you guys this story before. It was like my stomach was all fucked up because Vegas. I was in Vegas, and I went to
Vegas, bruh.
and I went to the, and this was like when me and my ex were just going out. It was like our first trip, and we went to have lunch, and I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom, so I go to take a piss, and like I tried to squeeze out a fart.
Oh, a little.
And, dude, and it was not a fart.
Yeah.
It was not even close to a fart. It was like this chocolate syrup fucking just driblet shit, and it like, and I was trying, and I'm standing at the urinal trying to maneuver my way to not get it on my fucking to not get it on my fucking pants.
Yeah.
And so like I pulled my fucking pants all the way down to my ankles at the urinal, and like with shit dripping out my ass, and and so I cut my piss, and then I just kind of waddle over to the stall with my pants all the way down, and I get to the stall, and I unleash this shit, and then I wipe, and like at some point, like I fucking realized I had gotten like shit on the seat, and then I definitely got some on my underwear too. So like I took my underwear out and I threw them away.
Yeah.
And then, but then as I'm like on my way out of the restroom, there's a shit trail of like little shit droplets all the way to the fucking stall.
Fucking animal. Oh my god.
I fucking walked out and I was like, we gotta go.
Yeah. Get checked. Fucking yeah, no.
Humans are disgusting.
Yeah, you beat me. Because I think I told you that one story where I had to shit behind a CVS.
Oh, dude, I fucking stepped in some human shit behind a restaurant once.
Oh my god, that's the worst.
I'm like, and it was just someone that would probably like had.
It was probably Steve.
But no, this is the weirdest
I
fucking
was in
thing. I was
Venice.
again a kid, but I mean old enough to understand like what the fuck. But I was just playing where I was waiting for my food, and it was just like a taco stand. You order a taco, then you wait for the window, you'd leave. And I'm just fucking around as a little kid, and of course I'm like climbing around, and there's like just a tiny wall about like knee, hip high, whatever, with some planters, and I jump over it, and I just feel it as soon as I land. And then I look down, and it's the biggest. I don't even know how a human made this. It was like, it felt like it was like this big.
Oh god.
It was like a bunt cake of shit. All over my shoe. And then my parents, they legit, because it was right down here, but like Garfield and like Newmark or something. They're like, well, you're walking home.
Yeah.
They would not let me in the car. And they're like, well, I guess you're walking home.
Your shitty ass is walking home.
I walk home and there's just like a regular footprint, shitty footprint, regular footprint, shitty footprint.
You're gonna learn where you step next time, aren't you?
I'm like, what is
Nah,
this?
Oh god.
I'm just saying, like when I shit, it was out of necessity.
Yeah.
I was at a bar in Venice Beach.
Yeah, no, I know where it was, Mom. Thank you. Sorry.
It was in Venice
It was a
Beach.
China's. I remember China's was really good.
And I got hit with the bubble guts extremely bad. Like, yo, it's about to fly out just out of nowhere. And so I go into the bathroom and they just have urinals.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
What
some
kind
shitting
of
in a
bathroom
urinal.
only has a urinal?
Fucking that place. It's closed down now because fuck them.
Probably because they
Probably
only had
'cause people
urinals.
shit their pants
Everyone's shitting in the urinals, I would imagine.
And so it was just urinals. I'm like, oh fuck. And it's hitting me. I'm like, oh god, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I'm like, I can't go into like the ladies' restroom because I'm like in my head, I'm like, I can't. I'm gonna get kicked out. I'm not gonna be able to shit. Like they're gonna see me walk in there and come grab me immediately. So I'm like, oh shit, we passed a gas station. I'm gonna go to that gas station. And I'm like, I'm going to the gas station, I grab some bar napkins, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to that 7-Eleven and buy some cigarettes. And then I leave. Gas station is closed.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh fuck. Like I'm about to shit myself. I see the 7-Eleven, I walk to that. I'm like, please, dude, like I'm about to, no, my friend, no public bathroom. I'm like, fuck. And so I start to walk back. I'm like, this is happening. I just got to find where. Like, there's no stopping this. Yeah. Like it's my butthole's puckering hard.
Yeah,
like
the
it
donors
needs
are
to come
coming.
out. So there was a CVS. I'm like, fuck it, and then went behind fucking CVS, and yeah, it was a fucking mess. Splatter Jackson Pollock all over the fucking wall. It was the most embarrassing thing in my life, and I was the only one there to see it.
You ever have to shit in the woods?
No.
Oddly enough, I can't recall ever actually having to shit.
I remember
in the wilderness.
one time we were like
without having at least some toilet paper.
Well, yeah.
Because
that's
No,
what I'm
like
saying.
a plan.
Like
Like you go
my dad,
camping.
Yeah.
whenever I've gone out with my family, like my dad, like packs for a month of
Yeah.
going out.
We've camped with him, yeah.
Yeah. So like I've never not had what I needed in the wilderness.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying without toilet paper. I'm saying like if you ever had to actually shit and like off the beaten path. We were like in some fucking at some lake we had to hike to and shit and like I remember trying to find the best place to go and I was like. And there was like a family walking through, and I had to rush this shit. Like, dude, I just like leaned up against a tree and just just let it go, and it was just a fucking steaming pile of shit that I had to kick some sticks over and wipe real quick.
Was that was Yosemite, right? Well,
Yeah.
I was with you there.
Yeah, and some other family was like walking through to like get to where we were, and it was I had to rush it.
That is.
It was terrifying.
The only shit story I do have is in 6th grade.
Imagine, hold on. Can you imagine just like that's what you see when you walk? You're walking through the woods. You see some dude squatting.
You're trying to have
Look
a
how
nice
beautiful nature
family
is, guy.
camping trip.
This guy. I was like at least 17 at the time. Just fucking shitting in the
teenager.
So when we
Bent
were
over.
we were 11, we actually got to go to a science camp in the mountains, and I just remember like for whatever reason I didn't shit for like 3 days.
Oh God!
Like I don't know why. I didn't need to. And then come like day 3 or day 4 or whatever, we're about to do a hike, like a group hike, everyone. And then like we start the hike, I'm like, fuck, now I gotta go.
Oh my God.
So they literally wait for me for like 40 minutes while I'm in the toilet. An entire group of my fucking classmates.
Oh, the whole class is waiting.
Yeah, and it wasn't even just our school. It was our school plus another school.
Yeah.
And they're like, they kept coming in. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah. But it was like I was so backed up because it was like 3 days of not shitting, and I don't know what it was, but like that was the whole thing. I just remember I come out and everyone's like, just give me that fucking stink eye.
It was already terrifying enough that to shit at school.
Yeah.
Now you shit at school, and then the whole school's out there waiting for you.
Yeah.
To walk out. Like
I shit my pants at school once, and then I shit my boxers, and I just like threw them away, and then I just didn't tell anybody all day. I got problems, guys.
Yeah.
No, that same trip, you know, I remember our friend Paul got in trouble because he had butt wipes, and like, you know, in our cabin, there's like every cabin had, you know.
Oh, yeah, Paul was with you. I was trying to remember the cabins. It was me, Jason, and Tommy, and then you, Paul, and like Cruz or something.
Alfredo
was there.
So Paul has these butt wipes, and like in every cabin they had the bag for like tampons and shit, right? And so he wiped his ass with like the toilet paper and his ass and his shit wipes, and then like threw them in the bag.
Yeah.
And the cabin leader like went in there and he's like, "Who the fuck put shit in this bag?" And he got in trouble for putting his shit wipes in the.
Do you remember the
Tampon
cabin
basket.
leader? No. Oh, wait, I don't remember if it was just our cabin. One of the female cabin leaders from they were volunteers from Arroyo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she flashed us.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we got a fun. We got some fun ones.
Didn't you guys have the one where like they were making you guys fight each other too?
Yeah, I fought 3 guys at once. It was crazy. That's why I knew I could fight.
Fucking 6-year-old kids, they're like betting.
We were like 11.
I mean, not 6-year-old. We were in 6th grade.
Yeah,
Science Camp Fight Club.
that's exactly what it was.
Whoever wins gets to see my titties. Go. You little kids are fight to the death.
Yeah. So like we were 11. We had cabin leaders that were like, I want to say 17, maybe 18 at the time. I think they were seniors. When did you do it? You were in junior or senior year?
I did it both years. I did junior
Okay, so
year
they
and
were at
senior year.
at
So
least
I
16 or
got to
17.
volunteer when I was in high school to do the same thing.
So the leaders were 16, 17, maybe 18. We were 11. They were our adult supervision for whoever thought that was a good idea.
like 16, 17, 18.
So yeah, we literally had a fight club in ours, and then got flashed by someone in high school while we were 11, and yeah, some fun shit when go away for king.
Yeah. I remember Paul. Paul kept fucking with me so much. He every time I would try and take a nap, he would throw a water bottle at my nuts.
Oh, we put lotion in someone's shoes.
Oh, God.
So one night, like he went out to go brush his teeth, and I grabbed all of his shit, and just poured his whole bag out in the snow.
Yeah. Oh, God. It's a dick move.
Camp, guys.
Camp, it's the best. It teaches you how to be a person sometimes, or whatever. I don't know. Builds character. It builds lots of character. Oh yeah, I forgot we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
I may have some news for you. Go ahead.
Entertainment news, everybody. This just broke out.
That is a scientific fact, huh?
I'm not gonna get to this story. I have a question for you. News story that'll make you guys a little bit tingly in the fans. Okay, we need to move on from that. I need to get away from that real quick.
I read somewhere that their periods attract bears.
I'm gonna make a cocktail.
Yeah, I didn't think I would drink. I didn't drink this fast, but we were talking for a long time.
Shit for fucking
The entire first hour of this podcast was just us
Pooping
talking
and-
about.
I mean, it's very relatable. Who doesn't poop?
It's true. Everybody poops. I think there's a book that says that. A book of facts.
It's called the Bible.
And on the 5th day, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ shit his pants. Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna get hate mail for that. What's up, everybody?
They don't like Jesus jokes?
I don't know. I'm sure that I have people that believe in Jesus and all that stuff. My mom is definitely listening. Dad gave up. Like, I think that means, did Dad give up listening to the podcast?
Well, I mean,
My mom just said Dad gave up.
we were talking about shitting for a very long time. More of the time than we should have.
I'm still watching. Oh no, my dad actually did. Literally, he's like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Yeah.
You guys, you miss me? You miss me, mom and dad? Cool.
Oh, God.
Let's see. What was I gonna? Pretty much the only news story. I mean, well, we'll start at the box office, I guess. I actually got to check out a few movies that are on the top 5, which is nice. So I just saw Knives Out the other day, which is really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson's basically kind of like a mystery movie with Daniel Craig. You have Chris Evans. You have Ana de Armas, who's beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
Who else?
An
we have?
actor,
Fucking
an actress that's beautiful? Get out of here.
No, but I don't know. She's
I know,
fairly
fucking
new.
right.
She's
Yeah.
fairly new, and I'm like, what? Who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And she's now a Bond girl too, which is pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
I'm blanking on her fucking name. Halloween.
Oh, you're talking about Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis is in
and then
there.
Toni Collette, Lakeith
Toni
Stanfield.
exactly. Like a fucking just packed fucking list cast right there, and it is one of the best movies I've seen this year.
Oh, really?
Super
Okay.
fun, super cool. I love movies that like you think they'll let you know a little bit of something,
Yeah.
but then they're like, oh, it's like, and then it like kind of switches things around. Like it makes you think where it still has foreshadowing
Yeah.
and all that stuff, but it's not a oh, I know exactly what happens.
Yeah,
within
it's not too obvious.
What's in the first 20 minutes.
That's good. I wanted to check it out this weekend, but then,
Yeah,
get busy.
It's super fun, a good time. It's just really good. I don't have really anything bad I can say about it, and I would definitely watch it again. I love it.
So you would recommend it?
I would definitely highly
yeah.
recommend it. It's not one of my favorite movies, as in it made me feel a certain type of way. But
But it's just fun.
It was super
fun
fun.
movie, yeah.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, movies don't always have to move you or make you feel
This
some kind
was-
of emotion. Did you like it? Was it fun?
I
That's
liked
all that
it.
matters.
I had fun, and I thought it was smart. I give credit to movies like this that I don't feel like I'm bored.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, no, what happens next? Oh, well, wait, does that mean this? Does that mean that? What does
Yeah.
it mean? Blah blah blah. Side note, kind of to that effect. Recently, I just saw an older movie that I've actually thought I was going to be interested in, but I got the chance to finally see it. Crazy Stupid Love. Have you ever seen that?
I have not.
You've seen it? Yeah, Ryan saw it. I'm a big fan of rom-coms, and this is actually one of the smartest rom-coms I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Similar in what I was saying is that it actually surprises you. There's a lot of stuff in most rom-coms.
Is that the one with
You have Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone.
Emma Stone, yeah.
You have Michael Scott. Steve Carell.
Squirrel.
Oh, I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, I know what's his real name.
Yeah,
Steve Carell.
That's a good one.
You have
I normally I don't like rom-coms, but that one's pretty. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, a lot of them are like super cheesy and just like they're science fiction.
There's a formula.
Yeah.
and this one is really good because I think it follows the tropes of a rom-com, but it definitely doesn't give you too much information, and then it keeps making the story something you're still invested over time, and that's what I love.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you everything at once and then be like, how does it fix itself? No, it's just like, here's a bad situation. Let's see what happens next. Here's another situation. Let's see what happens next. And then eventually they all kind of meet up.
Yeah.
And then it ties together as to why they're showing you all this stuff. But it seems unrelated, and I love that one. Rom-coms, typically, I really enjoy. I would say this one and Forgetting Sarah Marshall are my top two or my top 5. I would say I have to think about my whole list of rom-coms.
Okay.
Like I consider it something that I would be able to watch over and over again and just have fun every time, which is like Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I love.
I know I like Forgetting Sarah Marshall too, but I never considered that like a rom-com, you know?
How not?
I don't know. Thinking about it. Because, I mean, look, Scott Pilgrim vs. World is like one of my favorite movies, and that's technically, you could say, is a rom-com. But I don't think of it as a rom-com. Not over some like masculine, like I don't want fucking it just doesn't. I don't know.
I can see your point more so with Scott Pilgrim, but I think with Forgetting Sarah Marshall, it's entirely a rom-com in my eyes, in my opinion. Scott Pilgrim, it is definitely very, very stylized, which kind of makes you not think
Forgetting
about
Sarah
being a
Marshall
rom-com.
for me just felt like a comedy with a romance subplot. You know?
Yeah.
It's hard, I guess, and with certain movies, especially good ones, I would say, that tend to blur the lines. It's hard to really say, but I put it in that category. Where I'm sure, like, a lot of movies you can put as a rom-com if you think that way. Because, I mean, most movies seem to need to have a romance element.
Yeah,
but
I
think if the story is predominantly about some sort of, like, you know, mishap going on in someone's love life, and then it ends up being at the end where something is wrapped up in that relationship, that's a rom-com in my opinion.
Okay.
So that's why in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, at the end when stuff, you know, wraps itself up, it's about the relationship. It's not about some other thing necessarily.
Okay.
Same thing in Scott Pilgrim, which actually what you're talking about to that point.
Yeah, it makes sense. But like you said, you can classify any movie the way, however way you want it. Like dumb people who say like Die Hard's a Christmas movie. It's not. It's just a movie around Christmas.
I'm with you on that. And
Are you? Oh, interesting. I just saw a funny picture where it was literally, it's like irrefutable proof. And they went to like a Walmart or something, and it was just a section where it said holiday movies, and it's all the Home Alones, the fucking Jingle All the Way, and then on there, Die Hard.
Yeah, I can move things around in the store too.
No, and that's what I thought too. I thought it was for the picture, but then there was a sign that actually said Die Hard. On sale holiday movies, Die Hard was on the list. So whoever put that there, that worked there, got the go ahead for Die Hard as to fall into holiday movies.
Wait, I thought. Who? Yeah, I don't think it's a Christmas movie, and you said it was. The last time I brought this shit up, I got fucking like berated by like 3 people on this podcast.
Oh no, but it's Christmas when he goes to the tower and blah blah blah. So it's a Christmas movie. Shut up, stupid! It's a fucking action movie.
It is definitely an action movie, but
that takes place on Christmas. That doesn't make it a Christmas movie.
Did Santa Claus show up? Did anybody get any presents? No. Not a Christmas movie.
At the very end, was there a Christmassy moral that was learned?
No.
Then I could see why you'd say it's not. I haven't watched it.
Don't take over a skyscraper; you won't get thrown out. There's your message.
Don't fuck with
pick a ranch house or something, ranch style home. You'll be fine.
Don't fuck with McLean.
Yeah, or just stay in the basement.
Stay in the pit.
Stay in the pit
with your fucking chicken fry.
Chicken fry was in the woods.
Yes. Besides that, I also saw Ford versus Ferrari, which was really good.
Oh yeah, it looks good.
If you're a history buff or a car person, or you just like good storytelling, it was all that. All of that was in there.
What if you just like Matt Damon?
Also, if you're a big fan of, then you can check this out. Just keep in mind that in this, as well as in life, he definitely is someone that
I like beer.
He likes beer, just like us. But no, this was really fun. You got a lot of really fun car stuff that's not boring. Like I find actually watching car races, like sanctioned car races, NASCAR, like fucking all that stuff,
dude,
boring as fuck.
You ever watch Formula 1, dude? That shit fucking.
I've seen videos.
Oh, that's different. Yeah, Formula 1.
That shit gives me anxiety.
Hell, yeah. But like NASCAR, like okay.
Yeah, F1 racing is fucking crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, like they stylized their how they showed the car racing very well, so that I was very much invested in all of it. Mm-hmm. You actually kind of felt a little bit of the adrenaline. I'll be honest, I drove a little bit fast after watching it, because just like a lot of these movies, you're like, I want to go fast. I want to do the thing. Like you see an action movie, you're like, I want to fucking fight.
Yeah.
Same thing. I was like,
I wanted to do karate when I saw Power Rangers.
I loved how the drivers, how specifically I want to say this is actually the main character. It's not Matt Damon. It's
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale's character. He described driving to his son, and I was like, that's it. That's how it kind of felt like when I drive fast. How he describes it. It's really cool too. It's like you don't focus and like narrow your mind. Everything actually starts to open up, and you see everything. And that's kind of like how I drive. When I drive fast, fuck you, go fuck yourself.
I don't say anything.
Yeah, but I just want to tell you to fuck you.
It would have been cool if you focused on everything before you broke his neck.
I was asleep when I broke his neck, so it's very different.
I'm sorry.
I know that's exactly
There was
what it
something
is.
in the chamber. That's why he was telling me to shut the fuck up before I even said anything.
Shut your mouth. We all know that. I don't know if you know. I mean, I was asleep. If I were actually driving,
Oh.
or if I'm
You weren't focused.
no, but when I'm driving and I'm awake, pretty damn good.
All right.
Cool.
Which
but
is
no,
why-
it was.
Which is why
Shut your mouth.
which is why we got pulled over when
Shut your
we
mouth.
got here.
No, actually, kinda. So someone was. First of all, you were asleep. So,
You got pulled over.
Well,
on
I
the way
wasn't
home?
driving.
yeah. No, exactly. So he was asleep.
I wasn't driving.
I was driving back here, and I'm in Monterey Park, which the stereotype is bad, like Asians that fucking drive bad, which is very fucking true.
Factual.
Factual. This guy starts
I'm
merging.
not racist. I'm not going to agree to that.
I'm telling you, man. This place will make you racist.
I work on Hacienda Heights. I get it.
So I'm literally coming to my house, and this motherfucker starts merging into me.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's a 2-lane thing, but it has the center lane where you can turn wherever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's 2 lanes, middle yellow lane, whatever the fuck the turning lane. And so this motherfucker, literally, I'm trying to do it for the camera. So I'm here, and then he's about here-ish.
Yeah.
He starts to merge into me. I see him, and so I go into the middle lane and then hit my turbo, which is the fucking sport switch, and then I pull around in front of him. And so once I literally got here, the cop like, "Broop."
That's what woke me up.
Yeah, which woke him up. And he asked me, so you want to tell me why you passed that car? And I told him exactly what happened. And he let me go because he's like, okay, that makes sense.
He was
essentially.
like, I don't know why you made that maneuver. He's like, but if you can convince me why, he's like, then
And I did.
I won't write you a ticket.
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure it's because he's a cop in Monterey Park, and it makes a lot of fucking sense.
Or because he's not being an asshole.
Which is also rare. And if
That's true.
I'm just
He
saying.
was pretty nice.
But yeah, like he seemed aggressive until I mean, I'm very good at explaining myself and all that stuff. And he just let me go. And I was like, he basically just said, he's like, there could have been a smarter move you could have done.
Yeah.
And they
That's very true because I tried to do that once and I got clipped and hit a house. No,
Fair
legit. Like, legit. Like, I tried to get out the way and he clipped
Yeah.
me and then.
Oh, fair enough.
Fuck.
But that's the move that I chose to do.
Yeah.
As opposed to slamming on my brakes and possibly hitting someone behind me, I just hit the turbo, which I knew works.
I just slam on the brakes now.
and
Like,
then I
fuck
went
that.
around him in a lane that had no traffic.
Yeah.
I just don't drive anymore.
Yeah, Ryan has no license. And how are you gonna call me a bad driver? You don't even have you got a suspended license.
Hey, that was not a bad move. It just was.
How many cars have you rolled?
Hey, I've been in 2 cars that have rolled, and I've been a passenger in both of them. Thank you very much.
How many cars have you rolled? Yeah,
It's like an
I
SUV.
think-
It was an
I think we won that one.
SUV. SUV.
It was a
Yeah.
Jeep Grand Cherokee.
But I rolled.
They were known to
he's like,
flip over.
I have rolled 0 cars while conscious.
He's like, I rolled 1 car 8 times.
Yeah, like it happens all the time. One time, you guys can't get over it. At least I didn't shit myself when it was rolling.
Why don't you ask Ryan why he couldn't keep his neck straight? My neck
baby
was
neck.
fine. I was in the same car.
I wanted to see what was going on. I was rubbernecking.
That's his fault. Okay, we're moving.
Oh boy.
But besides that, Frozen 2, of course, like just dominated at the box office. It made $85.9 million
Don't do it.
versus its
What?
in its second week versus Knives Out in its first week, which is only made 26.7, but still great. But don't do what?
What was it? Because I was gonna make a let it joke. Let it go
Yeah,
joke?
I knew that's
I
where
wasn't
you were gonna
going
go.
to actually,
Okay.
but now I want to. No,
Shut your mouth.
I was gonna say I heard it was actually better than the first one.
Oh, really? I've never
Oh,
seen
I
the
have
first one.
actually heard that one.
Yeah, I didn't.
I want to watch it.
I did not care for the first one at all, but it's obviously a
Did
kids.
you watch it in
it's
theaters?
It's a
Did you
kids
watch-
movie.
What did you?
I think
you
I
made
did.
gin and Monster. Is that what you did?
Yeah, because we ran out of vodka.
We ran out of vodka. Is that what that was?
Yeah. It's communal.
I'm dreaming dreaming of the day where you actually come and you bring your own bottle of vodka.
I will one day.
Okay.
I'm
You got to
dreaming-
catch him on Sunday when that EBT hits.
That's exactly right.
This just in. Humpcast is moving to Sunday night.
How about Queen vs. Slim? This is the first week too, right? Did 11 million?
Yeah, exactly. Did 11.8 million. Really good. I heard it was really good. Some like a really great version of Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, I've heard some things. I know it was like I think like Lena Waithe wrote it.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Do you
Who
ever see Master of None? The Easton Sorry movie.
Yes.
His black like lesbian
Well,
friend.
the show. Yeah.
The show.
Yeah, the show. Yeah, the black lesbian friend. That's Lena Waithe.
Ah, got it.
But there's some great movies out because I've heard Queen
Yeah,
Slim is great.
I want to see so much.
The Mr. Rogers thing, you guys might hate me for this. I
No.
don't care about it.
I do not care about Mr. Rogers.
I don't dislike Mr. Rogers.
Steve, we've had this conversation a lot on this show.
I have never, not never. I didn't watch Mr. Rogers growing
It's
up
a
because
beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Because why?
I thought it was boring. I was very bored by it.
That wholesome little man didn't warm your little heart.
I as a child, I was a fucking demon and maniac, and I didn't have time for wholesome.
That
warm
makes a lot of
messages.
sense, actually. You should probably just watch like violent cartoons, and you're like, this shit has no guts.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
There's
Yeah.
no blood.
No.
It's a white guy talking.
Who that honky?
Let's see what else we got.
Who is it?
Who is it?
Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. Have you ever seen that?
No, what? I didn't know what you were doing. What,
Eddie Murphy when he was on SNL.
Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live. He did Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood, where it was a black guy doing Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and yeah, he's like, that's how we answer the door.
You want to see how we answer the door of my neighborhood?
Who is it? It's Mr. Landlord.
Oh God.
Sorry,
Classic.
I'm just catching up on all the fucking comments
Oh,
right
anything good?
now. I saw Frozen 2 the other day. I'm a Disney geek, and I don't give a shit about what people think of me because it. Good for you. I also love musicals as well. Also nice for you. Yippee-ki-yay, you motherfuckers! Fictional
See,
song.
yeah, see, he's saying it's a Christmas movie.
It's not a Christmas movie.
I absolutely love fictional stories. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of just.
Sorry, we're
comments
reading
on
the
it.
comments.
Yeah, I thought there'd be more. I went to see Mr. Rogers. Good for you. I have no. If you want to see
Someone
something, go
touched you
fucking
while
watch
Mr.
it.
Rogers' Neighborhood was on, wasn't it? That's why you don't like it. It just brings back those memories.
Fuck Mr.
No,
Rogers.
this is like I don't dislike it. No. Every time it was on, I thought it was boring, and I think that's because I just didn't.
I just want to play
We'll
outside.
go to the neighborhood today.
It never really. I don't know why. I never really. It didn't resonate with me, which is interesting because I still watch other PBS shit like Thomas the Tank Engine.
What the fuck? You won't watch Mr. Rogers, but Thomas
the Tank Engine
was
sucked
good.
ass. That was worse.
I liked fucking
Alec Baldwin.
no.
Wasn't he the fucking Thomas the Tank?
Was he?
Alec Baldwin, yeah.
I don't know. That's
Look,
the news
The
to
conductor
me.
was
at
Carlin. Carlin.
Carlin.
Yeah. The
George
conductor.
Carlin?
Yes. But I don't. What do you mean Alec Baldwin was in it?
Alec Baldwin was Thomas the Tank.
Oh, as a kid, you never knew any of that. I never thought, oh, that sounds like Alec Baldwin.
Well,
No.
I'm just. That's what I thought.
I just enjoyed it.
That's what I thought your excuse was gonna be. I like Alec Baldwin.
No.
Whatever, dude. Fucking, you're not wholesome. That's all.
Yeah, everybody
That's
loves
actually
Mr.
that's
Rogers.
pretty true.
You have no morals. That's right. We were at the fucking funeral.
Are you going there?
What'd you do?
There was just.
I didn't do anything.
There was just
Oh.
ass, dude.
Okay.
Well, I told you about the funeral I went to where the girl was like breastfeeding her kid, which is fine, do that. But she would just like walk around with her titty out, like the baby in the other arm, like baby in the left arm, right titty just hanging out, like having normal conversation.
So
And I'm
that
like, I'm all about like you being able to breastfeed wherever the
Yeah.
fuck you want. Put your titty away. Like,
Yeah.
we're at the reception hall, the baby ain't eating. Why you just got your big ass titty out for everyone to look at? Like, stop it.
No,
All right,
man.
so we were at the funeral and we were at the mass basically, and so immediately you can. I mean, it's a basic mass. Everyone's in like dark clothes, whatever. Like they're doing their thing, and one woman, I want to say
she
about
was
our
next
age.
to some.
She's
other,
our age.
She was
for
next
sure.
to another girl with like checkered pants. Did you see her?
Oh yeah, no, there was multiple multiple people our age, or multiple women our age that were like really nice looking, but this girl had the tightest possible jeans
Pants,
you could
Yeah.
ever find, and they were green, so you could fucking see every curve.
And
And-
she walked by and
And immediately, both of us fucking. It was like laser
Did you guys
fucking focus.
Did you guys really get boners in the house of God?
I mean, goddamn
Oh God.
squats, dog.
Like there's like you can see someone, they're like, oh, that's a nice ass. This is like one of the best asses I've seen.
It was God's ass.
Yeah. Jesus blessed you with the ass that day. He's like, look,
Fuck.
you guys can see this all the time if
Yeah.
you come more often.
That's what it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
He was
I
trying to lure
was
us
trying
in.
to.
Immediately, I
He
was
sent
like,
you a
who the fuck is
miracle.
this?
He sent you a sign, and you guys still aren't going back.
Yeah,
You're
that's
evil.
true.
Immediately in my pants, I was just like,
Terrible. And I looked at him. I was like, "What's the code of ethics on this?" And he's
Yeah.
all, "What the fuck are ethics?"
no, but like,
Is that her daughter? Is that her daughter? It's fine. Good game.
No.
Game.
Well, here's the other thing.
you doing?
We knew the family, so I was like, I've never seen her before.
Yeah, we even asked Ricky. He's like, "No,
I don't know
idea."
who the fuck that is. And so yeah, but she left. We didn't try and do anything.
Hey, yo,
but
pants.
We were
What's your name?
we were admiring without being assholes.
You know what I'm talking
We're
about.
not trying to pick up on
you with
on
them
people
tight
at the
ass
fucking
pants
funeral.
on. Come talk to me.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, pants.
Hey, yo, pants. But I'm like,
Hey, yo, squats.
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm like,
Where you squat at?
the tightest pants I've ever seen in that shade of green. I'm like, you don't fucking know what the fuck you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
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 It's like that at a funeral. Come on, girl.
Like everyone's in black, and she's just like in like fucking nice.
You really gotta
green
wear that
pants
shit
and
today?
and high heels.
My grandma's dead.
Right?
You trying to get ass out there? It's not about you today.
It's so true though. Like,
Yeah.
isn't that more on her end, right? Like,
It's
that's,
a little weird. It's a little weird.
I mean, it was just
Why
like
you
the
gonna-
choice. Like if
Fuck,
she
man.
were wearing black,
Yeah, it was
tight,
very distracting.
If she was wearing black tight pants, even that would go along with it, and I wouldn't have said shit. But I would still be like, "That's a nice ass." But just these pants, I'm like, I can't not look at her. Like,
Yeah.
it was
Like I see you.
was
I
the
know you
best.
see me looking like you know what you came out in.
yes.
right. Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm like, I will receive communion from that.
Yeah. Oh bless you.
Please, Neil. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
God, we're fucking terrible.
You just
We are
bless
going to hell. Goodbye.
What? No, say it.
me. No,
We're already-
you
we're already
said
in
like
this hole.
please kneel, and then like you should take the blesser.
Oh God.
You know that they have like the holy water and the
Yeah,
things you
yes,
guys
I know
like,
what
to
you-
show- yeah.
They didn't do that. I've been to only like one.
They didn't.
A
They-
few times
they
where like
did-
they get like plants and they dip it in holy water and they're like, "You're fucking blessed. You're
Yeah.
fucking blessed."
No,
Boom,
That's their
boom,
fault,
boom,
No,
yeah.
the one I
boom.
had, they had like this
It's like a little
metal
mallet
ball.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and they put it in there, and they
Yeah.
would, yeah. The hammer.
Yeah. The hammer of God.
Hey, I was blessed too. No. Oh God, I feel horrible even saying that. Oh God, let's move on.
Yeah. The only real story, because I forgot. Things are coming out. I guess. Just the aeronauts. It's about like people in a blimp. I don't know. It looks stupid.
Wait, what?
Don't care. The aeronauts. It's
Oh, Felicity.
Felicity Jones and Eddie Redmayne. They go up in a blimp for weather reasons. Doesn't look entertaining at all to me.
What kind of white shit is that?
Yeah, it sounds terrible. Wait, so before we move on, I always like to talk about what we've been watching on like streaming. So
Yeah, so we can get into that. A lot more people, I think. So, I mean, starting this entertainment news, predominantly movies. Now, so much is on streaming and series and all this stuff. Have you watched The Mandalorian, Steve?
I have watched The Mandalorian.
So we
yes.
collectively have seen The Mandalorian, but also Watchmen is a big thing that I haven't seen.
Watchmen blows Mandalorian out of the water.
But
Watchmen to me is the best
here's
thing
my
on TV
fucking thing
right now.
with Ryan said the same thing. They're entirely different shows.
obviously,
Well,
but
yes.
I think Mandalorian is fine for what it is, and I enjoy it and I have a good time. Whereas I think Watchmen is an entirely different thing with social commentaries and all this other stuff versus,
shit's getting good.
whatever.
Man.
Mandalorian's just good Star Warsy fun. That's a Western, and you
Yeah.
have Baby Yoda for toys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to sell those toys.
Absolutely.
This last episode of Mandalorian, I thought was pretty
it's short
pretty
enough.
dookie.
Yeah, it's short enough. Like that was a filler episode. I'm like, you only got 8. Like you can
Yeah,
like
it was
figure
like
some shit
come
out.
on. This,
Oh, it
this
reminds me of a lot
dookie,
of
dude.
shows. Like, have either of you watched Avatar: The Last Airbender? There was a lot
Yeah,
of
the
those.
cartoon,
a lot of those
But that's
types of
different.
things.
That's different.
They're on a fucking journey that, and they eventually they'll stop in a fucking town and do a
How
thing.
many episodes are in a season though of Avatar? Like 25.
That's true. You got
You know,
that.
you have 8 episodes and they're 30 minutes long. Like that's just tight. Like you shouldn't
Yeah.
have any filler.
I think, and because of the episodes, because there's only so many episodes, this shift in this character is very abrupt, and I don't like the character arc is really bothering me. Like how fast his morals are shifting.
Because
you know?
if there was more
I don't
time,
think that they're shifting very
no,
much.
absolutely. Because if they had like more time with Baby Yoda, so you can see like him maybe have built some kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Then maybe, but it's like picked her up. You fought the fucking
Yeah, no,
hairy rhino, and then
yeah.
it's like, all right, we're on our way. Like, so you guys were together for what? 2 days,
Yeah.
3 days, and then it's like, oh no, I got to save this little guy. It's like, why though?
Yeah.
You're like this stoic bounty hunter.
Right. Yeah, and
And-
with a reputation and all this,
Yeah.
it's like
Like they hammered that in. Like,
Yeah.
he was just like, yo, like just fucking give me it, I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
good. You know, and then for him to, it was
I don't
very
know.
rushed.
Well,
and he's still got the
get that
fucking
he had a-
armor.
Yeah.
I get that he had a reputation. What I think is that he always had these sort of moralities, but it's different for like people versus like a baby. I don't think he's ever had to make that moral choice, and because of the fact that like they made it a point that he was like, you know, his parents were killed.
Yeah.
Right.
When,
so
when he was a
understanding
child.
that. I understand.
Him
Okay.
him and children, like that's his weak point there. He gives zero fucks about humans or any people,
So
but
why take
kids,
it back?
I get that. I'm not saying that. Look,
doesn't
I'm
make
just.
sense, but-
I'm just saying there's not enough for us to kind of to see.
was no
to-
there was-
it didn't kind of it didn't mold over the way I wanted it to.
Like,
But,
it's
you know
a
what
baby. I got the baby. I'm going to take the baby back. You take the baby back, and then you walk out. You're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. All right, I'm going to go back and fucking kill everybody and get
Yeah.
this little baby. And
I mean?
it
It
just...
just didn't. It just
He's
seemed
like, wait
too-
a second, I'm the baddest motherfucker with brand new armor.
Yeah.
He's like, did I just give away a baby? Oh, I'm fucking up. Like, hold up. Like,
I might be a piece of shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just like I said, I just wish they spent more time on like the kind of character arc a little bit. But only 8 episodes. This last episode, however, you know what I really enjoyed about the episode was the way they made. Spoilers ahead, sorry, but we do see an ATST,
Oh, yeah.
and the way they made it like a woods monster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was
Oh,
like
yeah, that's pretty cool.
It was very cool
Like-
with the red eye, with
Yeah,
the
the
red
glowy
eyes.
eyes,
Yeah,
whatever.
and I thought that was a really cool take on it. It was more of a like these people. These are like village people who've probably never seen this type of thing before.
Yeah.
So
I was actually, like, I don't know if you guys... I was actually kind of glad to see, like, Gina Carano show up.
Yeah, I would say that I enjoyed her much more than I thought it would.
I
to be
bet she's got a
honest.
fucking strong jaw.
Oh, dude. She'd fuck this whole room up.
Oh, for real.
Gina Carano's a bad bitch, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I used to get really mad when people were like, "Oh, Ronda Rousey was like the face of women's MMA." I'm like, no, it was fucking Gina Carano, like
Yeah.
years before her, who put women's MMA even on TV.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, she deserves
Have they
all
ever
the
fought?
respect in the world. No.
I think she started acting before.
Yeah, she left before.
Ronda started.
Yeah, she
building.
had a little run, and then she stopped fighting after Cyborg beat the brakes off her ass.
Yeah.
And then she's like, fuck
Yeah,
this
she was like I enjoyed her in the episode. She was good.
Yeah, no, she's
And-
great.
We're not trying to do any spoilers, but I hope we do get to see more of her, which I think we will.
Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah. So I don't know. How you gonna teach a whole village to fight in a fucking 24-hour montage?
This is how you stab him, like stab him.
Like,
Yeah. But the only thing I have to say about that is fucking villagers, Ewoks.
Yeah.
They can do it. And the thing is, it always has been. Star Wars is for kids.
No, absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
know that.
But then we're not saying anything bad about that. We're just saying, like, story wise, those are things we didn't like. I'm enjoying the show overall.
So am I. I'm
You
not
know?
saying I don't like the show.
we're just saying-
I'm saying there are things that it lacks that don't make me enjoy it as much as I wanted to.
What have you seen The Good Place?
Yes.
Some episodes.
Are you
yeah.
caught up?
No.
Oh, okay. No, I was gonna say for anyone out there that's seen The Good Place, though, shout out to my boy Donkey Doug. That was also in the last episode of The Mandalorian, and it was hilarious. Like, to me, in my head, I'm like, fucking Donkey Doug fighting for the village. You should definitely watch The Good Place. It's one of my favorite shows.
No, I hear it's really good.
Currently airing. I think the first 3 seasons are on Netflix.
Yeah.
And the 4th season and final season is airing now.
Is anybody watching The Walking Dead still?
No.
I've been watching, obviously, Silicon Valley as well this season. I don't know if you've been watching any of that, Rye.
Yeah.
Silicon Valley, and then also Mrs. Fletcher, which
I've never even heard of that. What is that?
It's on HBO. It's with Catherine Hahn.
Mrs. Fletcher.
She's-
Which one's that one?
I love
again?
Catherine Hahn.
Yeah, I think it's Catherine Hahn. She's a single mom, just sending her son off to college, just trying to find herself with an empty nest. She's divorced.
Oh yeah.
Got an
Okay.
empty nest now.
Yeah.
She's really trying to
Yeah.
explore herself and find who she is, and it's actually a really good show so far. I really enjoy it.
And Curb's coming back pretty soon.
Oh, Curb, yeah.
Uh,
Good one
but-
with that.
Yes.
I need to give Curb another chance. I don't know why. It's one of those things that like I like some of it, but not
Do
all
you
of
respect Wood?
Do you respect Wood? Ejaculate. No, ejaculate. Ejaculate.
Oh no. Oh no.
I get my Larry.
Behold the secrets of nature's deepest mystery.
She's literally like launching eggs out of her pussy. The poo-poo, eat the poo-poo guy. So they just like tie up these dudes and fart in their face. Now, maybe cut off his dick. This is gonna blow your fucking mind. Are you ready?
She gave me, and then I gave her some. I do, yeah.
Welcome, Ryan.
You saw that interview, right? With
Yeah. You know what? He actually just
Orlando.
He came out with a song recently. It's actually not that bad.
Orlando.
Really?
Was it
Yeah, I
Orlando
was
Brown
kinda-
or
Orlando Brown. He was in Major Pain.
he was.
He was a little kid.
Oh well. He
Oh
was,
yeah, no, he's been acting for a long time.
yeah. He's on That's So Raven.
But that was the whole thing. Was like Raven and him were both
No,
child
I've seen it.
actors.
Yeah,
and then
they're on That's So Raven.
What do you kind of expect when they grow up in that industry and then like fuck it?
I was like, that's so weird. Like, he looks so fucking out of his fucking mind though. Like for
Oh,
that
dude, did
interview.
you see his Dr. Phil interview recently?
No.
Jesus Christ.
All right, bring it up, Garrett.
Way ahead of you.
Like, even fucking.
That picture looks.
Oh
old.
my god,
Oh, wait,
dude.
wait.
He is tweaking.
Oh, dude, no, fucking find this interview. It's Orlando Brown on Dr. Phil. I didn't see the whole
Oh, there's
thing.
multiple mugshots. Oh,
Oh my god, yeah, probably.
Yeah, when you're a
drug
crackhead,
charges.
you go to jail
what
a
is
couple
up with those
times.
pupils?
Did he wear fucking contacts?
He was.
This dude.
Niggas was wilding. Like, it was like, what the fuck is
Bring
he
it up.
on?
Dr. Phil, bring it up. 'Cause
Videos.
before we get into anything else, this is
This
Dishonored.
one, I think it's like, yeah. I don't. Oh, it's
from Disney star to homeless and in danger.
Because I saw it on when I saw the clip, it was on Twitter, and basic question: how many kids do you have? And his answer was just like, and then
Yeah, well, this is what child fame does to you.
that's what
Not all of
crack
it.
does to
Dude,
you.
Well,
yeah, I was gonna
fuck.
say, shout out to fucking Hillary Duff right now. She looks great. I
Oh,
saw a
God,
promo
she
for
looks
Lizzie
great.
McGuire because they're rebooting or not rebooting. They're continuing it.
Yeah.
She looks the fucking same.
Yeah, she's always been good. She's looked good.
Homeless and in danger.
I called in because Orlando, he has mental problems. He's burnt so many bridges. No one wants to deal with him. If you can't help, he does not have a chance.
The one with Bam was really sad too.
What is his? What's going on with his
Michael
pupils?
Jackson, my father, I own Neverland.
Does he want help?
Yes, he does.
I think that you're experiencing some confusion.
He's
and
wearing
I'm
contacts.
offering to help
Why?
A Dr. Phil exclusive.
Oh, well,
He did the
that's-
thing.
that was
He did
just-
the thing with the fucking razor blades in his eyebrows.
Yeah.
So you can I don't know. It has to be on YouTube or something. Like I said, I saw the clip on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm
and
sure.
it was just like
Or how recent was it? Let's see.
fucking like a couple weeks ago.
I was like, no, this is from last year.
Go to the YouTube one, the YouTube link. Maybe that might be it.
Yeah. I don't like boring clothes.
Exactly what I fucking thought.
Wait, what?
That was our friend that comes on a lot.
Yeah.
We found out she was on fucking Mari.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I've never for 2 years, and then she's like, she's been on the show multiple times.
What was Show Maury for?
It was an episode of
Her
like,
cousin was like, "Oh, my cousin, she dresses like a fucking crazy person. Like, crazy wigs and like fucking fairy outfits all the time.
It was clearly like staged.
It was staged as fuck.
okay.
But she admits all that, and like she was saying all of it. She was like, but she was telling us the whole thing about it.
Yeah.
And this is just one of the
She
clips
dropped
we
that
loved.
bomb and we found it.
Yeah.
And so this is our favorite drop from it.
I don't like boring clothes.
When we do crystal meth and things that
This just in.
can really
Dr. Phil
affect
did
the
crystal meth.
neurotransmitters in our brain. And whenever we do certain drugs, it can connect half a thought with another half a thought, so it can get pretty confusing. And I think there's a real good chance that what you've been through has caused you to have some neurological disruption.
Well, not necessarily. Me personally, not to cut you off. Me personally, it's not about saying F it or anything.
It's very clear to me.
He looks real bad.
Yeah.
That some of your thinking is confused, and I think that you need some treatment for that will unravel that, and I think in a very short time you can get back to being the Orlando that has been so successful.
I hate the way Dr. Phil talks.
Yeah, me too.
I know that even
I get to the crazy shit.
Yeah.
I don't need that crap like other people. It's a slap in the face to people that actually need it.
so you want to get back to your kids.
Yeah, it's like I want my kids to be with me at Neverland. I just don't want to.
And how old are
In
your kids?
Neverland.
I got a 2-year-old, 2-year-old, 5-year-old. I think he's 8 and 11.
All right, now, and what's the 2-year-old's name?
2-year-old, still in the belly. Still in the belly. We don't know yet.
Okay.
Oh shit.
And what's the 5-year-old's name?
That's Mason.
And the 11-year-old?
Shyler.
Okay. Can I show you something?
Yeah.
I asked you before if you had kids. You said, yes, I have 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, what are their ages? You said 2, 5, 11, and 16.
Mm-hmm.
I said,
the oldest.
what's the 2-year-old's name? You said Shyler.
Okay.
The 5-year-old is Mason.
Right.
The 11-year-old is John.
Right.
16-year-old, I don't know. I got to find out.
Right.
I asked you this time. You said the 2-year-old don't know the name because it's still in the belly.
That's because I have a baby on the way as well. I just mentioned
So
that.
the 2-year-old is still in the belly. So that means that child has been in there for 2 years.
Not necessarily.
And then you said the 5-year-old is Mason.
Like he is,
Then you said
he
there's
is
an 8-year-old.
bad.
Up here you didn't say there was an 8-year-old.
You can stop it and watch the
Down
whole
here you
thing,
said
but
there's
yeah.
an
Yeah,
11-year-old.
I'm good. I'm good.
And you
I thought this was gonna be funny.
No, he was just like he smoked himself retarded. That was loud.
Oh, sorry. No, this is me just like, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on. I look. I just want to remember him as this guy.
She gave me.
Wait, so he came up with a song and it's not bad?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you said
now
that.
Now I'm thinking about it. I don't know how old the song was.
It was probably around that time because that was the time that he was promoting his like new album or something like
Was
that.
Trump president then?
I don't remember.
Okay, gosh, the song has something to do with.
I think so. It was a few years ago.
All right. Okay. Move forward, Ryan.
So Evanescence, you guys remember Evanescence? Evanescence. Stage equipment set on fire following cancellation of Slipknot's Knotfest in Mexico.
What?
So I just saw this. I sent you the link so you can actually see some of the video. But some of Evanescence stage equipment was reportedly set on fire at this night in Mexico. After Slipknot's Knotfest was canceled before final 2 performances. So pretty much what happened was like a barricade broke.
Yeah.
And their attempts to fix it, like it just wasn't happening, like because the crowd was just, they kept tearing it down. And then so because of a safety issue, they canceled the show. So Evanescence was the band before Slipknot, so Knotfest, Slipknot was supposed to be the headliners.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be Evanescence, then Slipknot. So Evanescence stuff was on stage and people went on stage and like the lights are out, and then they canceled the show and people ran.
How does that happen though? I don't understand.
People ran on stage and just fucking started throwing the drums.
No, not that. I'm talking about how do you cancel something not even mid-show?
It's a safety concern.
It's a safety concern. They can do that anytime.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that happening. Where
if you
a headliner just says, "Well, show's over."
yeah, we're not going to hit the stage if there's no barricade.
Yeah. Because I mean, any asshole can run up on stage and it's a safety issue for the.
And they're like, well, what if we just do it then?
Yeah, so then they just ran on stage. They took all the equipment. Like
They literally did the things that the show was canceled for.
This is a problem with fucking entitled fans.
Yeah.
Entitled fans. Like, you broke the shit.
So look at that video
get the
there.
show.
Yeah.
You broke
So,
the
like,
shit to get the show canceled, and then you still break some more shit because
yeah.
it got canceled. Go the fuck home.
Also, alcohol.
Also, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
So look, this is Evanescence drum set. They ripped it off stage and threw it into a pile and fucking threw it and like lit it on fire.
I would never play in Mexico again if I was like Evanescence or any of these bands. Like, fuck you guys. Like, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
Plenty of artists have boycotted certain places because of certain things happening.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden didn't play in LA for a long time because they toured a new album that a lot of people hated.
Yeah.
And when they played the Forum, they just got a bunch of shit thrown at them.
Yeah.
And for like 10 years, they didn't play LA.
I don't blame them. Like, fuck you
Yeah.
guys. Like, nah. You don't have to come. It's
always
if
like-
you hate it, you don't have to come.
It's always interesting too, like how that happens. Like I remember when Him was still a band and we went to go see them. Ryan was telling me that they hate playing the Wiltern, right?
I think so. Well, one of the last times I went, they cut their set short because they were having some issues and they were talking shit, throughout the whole set. Like,
and then we went to go see them at the Wiltern, and they said fuck this. They just started throwing their guitar and like fucking just like
that was the night. That's what I was talking about. Yeah,
yeah. But then I think you had told me it's like they don't like playing here.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe I read that somewhere or something. But because they were having sound issues the whole fucking time. Remember, like the mic was cutting out, and like something else happened, and so they didn't. That was like the first time I'd ever seen them not come out for an encore.
Yeah,
and they were just like, "Fuck it, we're done." They tossed the guitars, they walked out. Like, and I had seen Villa the singer. I'd seen him I saw him yell at a couple of the sound guys a few times, and then like. And it was I mean that whole show was kind of a fucking mishap. It was pretty shitty. But then there was a time. You were with me that time that they booed? Remember Skindred? They booed them off stage.
Oh yeah,
Skindred. Do you remember Skindred?
I do not.
I remember Skindred only from this story.
Because
I was there, but I think I may have blacked it out of my memory because Skindred was just being like the worst.
They
I've
played
ever
like
seen.
3 songs, and like people were throwing shit at them, and it was like Finch had opened too, and then
yeah, I remember that might have been the first one we both went to.
Yeah, and
Skindred.
And Skindred was this hardcore reggae band.
They were playing with Finch.
They were opening for him. They were like like Finch. It was Skindred was the first band, then Finch, and then him.
Odd combo.
There was a very odd combo. And,
because this was basically what it was,
and this was like the opposing band completely to the style of music.
So Him had just kind of really been introduced to the U.S. in my opinion. Like I was exposed to it when Ryan showed them to me in 2001.
Well, CKY 3. 2001
was when I first heard my very first song that you showed me on his little like fucking like 3 megabyte probably MP3 player was a Sigillium Diaboli.
Oh yeah, good one.
And I was like, this is fucking awesome. And then after that, then they came out in Jackass and CKY and then Vivo Bam and blah blah. Then they blew up. That was about the time that Finch started being
I remember Finch.
Yeah, it started being very popular. So that's why I understood why they were together. So I had never heard of Skindred.
I had heard of Skindred before.
Yeah.
But it was like, who the fuck is this band? And then I remembered when I saw them, I was like, oh, this is that shitty fucking. It's not bad, but like.
Yeah, if you're going to see Him, and then this comes out, and be like, huh.
But they're like reggae, like
wanna.
hard. But then it gets pretty heavy. They had like some pretty heavy songs. Like look at their, find their one of their hits or something.
I want to see Skindred and Him. I want to see if that's a thing.
You put Skindred. Oh, okay.
No.
No.
Nobody. Is that the fucking? I think that's the first. This is their first album. Yeah. See, so this is the shit they were touring. This was their hit song. Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, I'm still not a fan of reggae.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I went with my friend to a reggae concert. I'm like,
I'll
be here for you, but this is not my thing.
Some it's cool. The white guy at my job always wants to like show me like concert footage of some reggae show he went to, and every time I'm like, Ken, I don't know who these people
Probably some
are.
white guy who had dreadlocks at some point.
Oh, he definitely did. This tall white dude.
Anyone that refers to any musical thing as crunchy, I don't like.
It's kind of a term in
Who
like.
said anything about crunchy?
No, it was just a friend that it was a white person with dreadlocks that said crunchy.
That's
a lot.
gross.
Crunchy is like a metal term, though.
Is it?
Yeah,
I've only heard it from white people.
It's like
with
a guitar
dreadlocks.
tone, crunchy. Like you wanted to sound crunchy, like.
I have never. No, this is different.
Then he's a fucking idiot and he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Chick.
I think I told you this.
You assume their gender again. Also, we found out that spirits are gender fluid or non-binary. Isn't that right, Ryan? That's right.
Spirits are.
Yeah, we were just talking shit.
So I think I was standing on someone's fresh grave, which we were in a fucking graveyard.
Wasn't that fresh?
It was. It was
because
like,
it was the only one with a mound still.
Yeah. So
and
no
no
headstone.
But Ryan's like, you're fucking standing on the guy's grave. I'm like, how do you know it's a guy? There's no headstone. and he's like, and at some point we got to the point where it's like, you know what? Spirits have no gender. And I'm like, oh, they're gender fluid. He's like, they're non-binary, bro.
No. Well, yeah, because I mean, if you go into like possession, they can go into anybody they want. So if they want a dick one day, they can jump inside dude.
They can identify as a
jump another one.
Dick poltergeist.
Very fluid. They can do whatever they want. They're very progressive.
Yeah. Be like water.
Ghosts have been on the game.
All right, that's about it. That's all we got.
Either way, we still don't like Skindred. I mean, I haven't heard
That's
anything.
a terrible name, though.
That is a terrible name. Yeah, they got booed off stage.
Yeah.
That was.
I will say this: I have heard some good reggae bands. It's still not my style, but I like Pepper and what is?
But that's more like ska.
Yeah.
And what is the fucking other band that I'm thinking of?
Any kind of music where the majority of the people in the stands are white dudes
white.
with dreadlocks, or white people with dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm not saying white people can't wear dreadlocks. I'm just saying they shouldn't.
No, I'm saying they can't.
I don't know.
They just shouldn't.
I'm on the record saying
I've never
if you
seen,
have
I've
dreadlocks
never
and you're
seen
white,
white dreads that look good.
No,
ever.
I haven't seen. Oh, no dreads. I'm not a fan of dreads. Period. But some dreads do look cool.
Yeah, you got to take care of them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Also, please,
like those aren't dreads. That's just a nappy ass head. Like,
please wear deodorant.
Yeah.
I'm talking to everyone. Everyone wear deodorant.
What is deodorant?
No, I don't understand certain people. That I'm like, why do you think deodorant's optional? It's
because it's not natural and has aluminum in it, and your body's supposed to sweat.
There is a lot of that.
Juices,
There's a lot of that going on.
Smell.
Just
don't get antiperspirant.
There are natural. There are literally not natural and organic deodorants you could pick.
And they all hang out and they're all stank, and they can't smell their own stank.
That's true.
And so it's just like, yo, do I smell like cigarettes? Like, you smell like you shit on yourself. All right.
I will say this right now: like the number one killer of any boner I've ever had is smell. Bad smell.
Well, it's only smells.
No, it's the worst.
It's only smells. It's only smells.
Like that's literally the worst turnoff.
No, I know, but it only smells.
It only smells.
It only smells.
I don't like it. And on that note, I want to say thank you, everyone, for listening. You can follow us everywhere at Humpcast. You can follow Ryan D at
Ryan P. Damaris. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I don't really tweet too much, but Instagram definitely.
You can follow me on Twitter at Steve X Rogers if you want to do that.
Boom.
Steve's on the Twitters.
He definitely is. You can follow me everywhere at Garrett_AM Lee, and keep your ears and eyes open because some new shit's happening. We'll have some new guests coming on. We'll have some fun. We'll see you next Tuesday around the same time. We will let you know. Follow all of our pages, and you can know exactly when to follow. You can check in on live and all that stuff.
Very true.
Yeah. Thank you. On that note, good night.
Good night.
And good night.
Fellas.